the lead module for the database design, Mr. Gerard Machirichedze, all the way from SA, Josie. Gerard, is it Josie or Darwin?
Johannesburg. I'm in Johannesburg.
All right. All right. So yeah, you can introduce yourself so that we can kickstart our session.
Aha, good evening, Africa. Thank you so much for joining this session. Remember, this is our final session as the database department. We really love you. We love the experience. We love the joy. We love the interaction. We love everything about this cohort. We've been to many cohorts. I and Zaplon have met quite a lot of people at PLP, but this particular cohort is just so phenomenal. We were reflecting, I and Zeppelin the other day, and we realized that this is the cohort where ladies were actually shining. So please give yourself a pat on the back. You've done amazing. We love you so much. We are not saying goodbye, but we are saying this is an opportunity for a lifetime. So please connect with us and enjoy each and every session that is to come after this. Let us make sure that we end it on a very good note. And thank you so much. Let's go back to you, Zablon.
All right. So what I want to promise you by the end of this session, I'm gonna take you from Africa. I'm gonna take it to America. I'm gonna take it to China, Asia. China is in Asia, right? So yeah, I'm gonna take it to Asia. I'm gonna take it to North America. Which other side do you guys want to go? Um, yeah, make sure by the time I tell you let's go to America, you guys have your ticket ready, right? So with that said, today we're going to learn a beautiful concept about database migration. It's one of those experience that you need to have as a developer, all right? Because it will assist you in your developer lifetime, where maybe you'll get a scenario where you ask to migrate your data from an on-premise server to a different kind of server, or even if you are front-end engineer, you'll be told, please help us to migrate. You can even provide consultation services to maybe your friend, teach them on how to migrate data, and then you charge them money, 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 money. Yeah, you can get some money for providing consultation on that. Now, if you can allow me to share our slides so that we can start.
Whilst the instructor is sharing the slides, please tag your friends along to join the session. Just send a text on either the group chats that you are in. Just let them know the amazing team has started once again. I think it's safe to say that, but yes, let's go over to you, Zapla.
All right, so at the core of this lesson, number one, you're going to understand the importance of database migration. Number two, you're going to differentiate the common types of migration. Number three, we're going to learn the basic steps in the migration process. We're also going to perform hands-on activities to create backup and migrate our data from a computer to cloud using real-world scenarios. Just before I start, what I want to tell you, please get a glass of water because it's gonna get hot in here, all right? So meanwhile, let me get a glass of water because I'm sure it's gonna get hot, very hot, even though it's raining here. Yeah, so first things first, let's start by um, explaining what exactly database migration is. So database, okay, data as the name goes, as the name goes, you're just migrating your data from one server to another one, all right? So transferring data from one database server to another one. Why do you need to migrate? So migration helps transition database schema from one current state to a new desired state, whether it involves adding tables, columns, removing elements, splitting fields, or changing types and constraints. Migration are very helpful. They allow database schemas to evolve as requirement changes, right? They help you as the developer, number one, plan. You validate and safely apply schema changes to different environments. We say database migration is an essential step in the overall process of migrating on-premise IT infrastructure to maybe a data center or a cloud environment. So as I said, database migration involves taking your data from one database server to another database server. So it is actually very, very simple. If I use our Draw.io tool here to just draw something like that, and then you take it to another there. So that's the one. So you're just transferring data that is here to another server, just like that. So this is in local storage. To maybe a data center. By the way, which data center do you guys know? Maybe in your country. Do you guys know any data centers? Yeah, data centers. US East one is not a data. Okay, it's a data center, but for AWS, TrueHost. Does TrueHost have a data center? Let me just check. Let's see, in Nairobi, if you have data centers. So we have this one. It's called Africa Data Center. Not sure how it works. Let me just check another one. Nairobi data centers. We actually have quite a handful. We have like, okay, there's one in Langata. There's this one. Oh, there are so many. Oh, Safaricom, I see it has a lot of data center. It has the one in Kisumu, Limuru. This is the most recent one. CloudWrap. Wow. Oh, so Safaricom has a lot of data center, eh? So how does a data center look like? Let's see. Something like this or this. So this Icolo, I think is in Langata. Yeah, this is the data center that I know it's in Kenya. I know this one because I have a friend who works here. It's in Langata. Yes. So if you want a data center maybe to migrate to a data center within Nairobi, you can always maybe try to pay them a visit, or you can even call them. Oh, it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be that you have to be in Kenya. Even if you're in SA, Congo, DRC, Lesotho, Nigeria, Egypt, you can always call them, and then they can provide you with data center um, services. So yeah, this is what we call a data center. So they say minimum size 10 times 10, port length, okay. I don't know what that means. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. So that is all about migrating. So you're taking your data from one place to another, just like how you migrate, right? So we have what you call that common database migration tools. Uh, the ones that you see on the left side are mostly for cloud. We have AWS database migration service, but this one is paid for. All these are paid for, right? Apart from these, which are open source, which you can use for free. We have Ghost and Schema. So we have AWS migration database migration. There's a time I was using it to migrate data from MySQL, that was Aurora to Postgres. So yeah, but this one is a paid for, all right? It's not free, so you pay for it. Yeah, but if your company has money, you can just use it, all right, to migrate, because maybe you are migrating terabytes of data. So use this tool. It will ensure all the data have been migrated safely. You use this tool to move, manage, remove use cases, move to manage databases. So the ones that I showed you, I'll be showing you the difference between managed and unmanaged databases. Okay, remove latest costs and accelerate business growth, replicate ongoing changes, improve integration with data lakes. So these are some of the customers who use AWS DMS. We have Samsung, Healthvana, US Department of Veterans Affairs. Yeah, you can always come and read the articles here, see how it performs just before you choose it as your migration tool. Also, as I've mentioned, we have MySQL, open source migration tool. So we have which one? Let's see. Okay, I can see Workbench here. MySQL Workbench is a free Visual application. Okay, you can give this one a try. For the Windows guys, let's see if this one will work. I've been doing it with the terminal. We can try with the Workbench. I've never done it with the Workbench. Let's see how it will perform. We have Oracle SQL Developer. We have SQL Server Migration, SMA. Okay, there are so many. We have MySQL Log, Aura PG Loader for Postgres. All right. So what I can tell you is, if you pick one tool, you don't need to know all the tools. You just pick like one. For example, if I want to learn among these tools, maybe I go with Ghost. So I'll make sure I know how to migrate using Ghost, and then like read the documentation. How does Ghost work? Does it help me to migrate from local store database to, and I can see it enable you to also create a replica of your database just in case anything happens in between. Eh? Yeah. Uh, so yeah, just don't be afraid. Just open their GitHub repo and read what they do. All right, so that is all about the migration. Let's learn about the different types of migration. We have what we call homogeneous, heterogeneous, cloud migration. So with this, let me just draw here. So from MySQL, if you want to migrate from MySQL to another MySQL, that is what we call from here. This can be either on-prem or cloud. To that is what homogeneous, right? So the other one can be from MySQL to maybe Postgres. Like that, heterogeneous between different engines. Okay, so yeah, it can either be Postgres, MariaDB, Oracle. I don't know if you have one for Maria. So it can either be from Maria also to MySQL. Like that. This is what you call heterogeneous, homogeneous. We have what you call cloud migration. So with cloud, you have the cloud here. And inside this cloud, you have the AWS cloud. Then inside, we have what you call MySQL. MySQL database there. And then maybe you want to either migrate between different clouds. So you can have another cloud. Maybe we call this GPC, Google Cloud Platform. GCP, sorry, Google Cloud Platform, like that. So you migrate your MySQL from AWS to GCP. So GCP is this one. This is the GCP that I'm talking about, Google Cloud Platform. So I'm gonna show you for the evening. I was planning to show you around Google Cloud, but I just find out that I don't have the credits anymore. So yeah, we just stick to AWS, but the steps are the same. But if it's confusing in any part, you can always invite me if you have Oracle or if you have a different kind of cloud platform and you want to see how you can be able to migrate. So yeah, so Azure looks like this. So this is Azure. So this is Azure, this is Google Cloud, and then we have AWS, which you're going to see. This is AWS now. All right, so we've talked about homogeneous, heterogeneous cloud migration, right? Let's look at the steps. So first things first, as a developer, you'll be required to plan exactly. All right, so as a developer, you will be required, number one, to not only being a developer, but maybe you can be a CTO, Chief Technology Officer. Okay, you can be a what? C Chief Operating Officer, Chief Operating or COO. Which is the other one? CTO, CEO. Which other one? Apart from CTO and CEO, CFO. What's CFO? Chief Finance Officer. CIO. What is CIO? Now I think people have just started now throwing the terms out there. CMO. Who is a CMO? CDF. Hey, David, I I hope it's not the CDF that I know. Oh, Chief Information Officer. All right, yeah. You can be a Chief Information Officer, a Chief Technical Officer. Can also be a KDF. Anthony, what's a KDF doing here? CEO, SOC, hey, CMB, CIO, COO, Chief Information Security Officer, a marketing person. What's a marketing person coming to do here? CIC, Chief Operating Officer, COD, Chief Legal Officer, CLO, Chief Product Officer. All right, that is enough. Now, as a CTO, you get your team, you sit down, you come up with a plan on how you're going to migrate your data. You think through with your team, what exactly are we trying to migrate? How is the database structure or the database schema? How does it look like? So there are some of things that you need to consider before you hit the migration button. Number one, okay, these are not the only one. There's a lot. So there's cost. Is it cheaper to migrate your data than having it on local prem? I mean on premise. Is it cheaper? Consider that. Also, another thing, is it secure? where you want to go and store your data as compared to having it locally in Africa. The other thing, proximity to customer. Also, you have to keep in mind the customer. Customer is king, eh? They say that the marketing guys, the customer is always no, customer is king. Yeah, customer is king. So when a customer complains, like your site is slow, complaints comes to the software engineer. So the marketing department will complain to the CTO that the customer always complaining about the site being slow or being the site is way hard to use. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that meme where okay, let me see. You as a developer, sometimes you can add a feature in your site, but for a regular user to just use that feature, it becomes an uphill task. For example, you tell the user, click this button, but the user does their own thing, and then they complain that this site is not user friendly, but it's them who's not clicking the button. So the marketing guys complain to who? The developers. They tell the developers, increase the button size. The users cannot see that button. Hey, sometimes there's always a push back and forth between the marketing guys, the marketing department, and the software department, Because the marketing department, they always know what? Customer is king. So where there's customer, there's money, right? And now, in the developer side, they believe in what? Having the best performance, having the best features. But when it comes to the other side, the regular user, they don't know how the feature works. Now that's where the product, we call them the product what? The product, how do we call them now? Someone can remind it. The name, product who?
Product owners.
Product, not even product designer. I'm looking for a term. Hey, I've forgotten the term. These people who come and explain to you like how the product works. How do we call them? Is it the product manager? Okay, let's just call them the product managers for now. Hey, not promoters one. Promoters is for event tickets. Hey, so the people bridge the gap between the marketing team and the developer is the let's just call them the product managers for now. That's why you see the product manager, they attend the meetings where there's clients, and then they tell the client, this is how you access, this is how you click the button, this is how the site functions. All right, that's the work of the product manager. So they bridge the gap between the marketing guys and the developers, just to ensure that clients or users can access the site or the website or the web application or the application the best way possible. All right. So we've said we touched on proximity to security. In the afternoon, I told you about security, right? You also have to consider where your data resides, right? So if your users are in Africa, I've shown you a data center, Icolo. You can bring your database at Icolo and then store all your data there. If your users are in, do we have data centers in Nigeria? Let's see. Which are the data centers in Nigeria? Hey, we have a lot, eh? MTN, this one, Africa West, Lagos, Abuja, Losi. Okay, see quite a number. Digital reality. Okay, so yeah. What about South Africa? I'm sure South Africa has a lot. Okay, Port Elizabeth, East London. Wait, are these in South Africa?
Yes.
Johannesburg. Hey, East London. In it. Hey, now mate.
We have our
Let me
own
give the.
side.
Hey, I'm going to locate with a local
The
dialect name. Yes. Let me see. Let me see. There's one here. How do you pronounce this? Oh, okay.
this
I think
is
it has disappeared.
which
Oh,
one?
this one. This one.
Stellenbosch.
Repeat now slowly.
Stellenbosch.
Oh, Stellenbosch. Like that.
Aha.
Ah, nice. Um, okay. That's the only one. Huh? Oh, we have 10. Oh, 10 around Cape Town. Hey. There's quite oh, also by the yeah, AWS is there. We have Terraco, Vodacom, Terraco, um, this other one, too. How do you pronounce this? It's
Rondebosch.
Rondebosch. Eh? Mzanzi. All right. Yeah. Now that you've seen the data centers, um, come back to our slides. So we've planned, we already now know where we want to store our data, right? Now we assess. So before we migrate our data from Nairobi to this location, the data center in SA has disappeared. This one, Rondebosch, this one, right? So before we migrated from Nairobi to here, what are some of the risks that might happen in between of us migrating the data? You see? So you also have to assess what are the risk, okay? What are the likely that term has rejected my mouth. So what are the risk? What are the other things? Hey, now what are the risk? What are the latency? So latency here, it means like the amount of time it will take before you read the data, if the data has been stored somewhere from where most of your users access data. You see, like how I'm thinking of an app. Okay, the app can't come to mind right now. So we have risk, latency. You also have to consider like what does your government say about having your data stored somewhere else. All right. So in Africa, as I say, the policy makers, they don't care, right? So you can store your data anywhere. I can take my users' data from Kenya and store it in Madagascar, throw it in the Pacific, throw it where? In Mexico or in Spain. Yeah, as long as if I store it in Mexico, they don't store it and then they don't steal it. It's safe. Yeah. So from that, once you assess the risk, you create a backup just in case. In AWS, there's this principle where they say, plan for failure, so that when failure gets to you, you don't get scared. All right, always plan for failure. So just assume whatever you're trying to migrate might fail, and you don't that shock of, oh, it failed. So always have it in mind that failure might happen. All right. So always create a what? A backup before you start migrating your data. On that day, you don't know. Maybe tsunami might come. A shooting star might fall on the data center. Do you have the shooting stars in Cape Town?
There's plenty, Zablon. Cape Town is by the coastline, so you see the stars
Mm.
very beautifully. I'm sure there is, yeah.
Yeah, on that day, shooting star might fall in that data center. So when you're trying to migrate your data, so as I say, plan for failure so that it doesn't get you in shock. Otherwise, if you just go like that and start migrating, and then something happen, the following morning, HR is gonna write you a very nice letter. In that letter, they'll give you a good package and then tell you goodbye. Yes. So please don't mess with data. Data is something that an organization takes very seriously. Okay. So knowing how to handle data is very, very critical for you. Okay. That's why we are training you here, so that you know that handling this data is very paramount of you. Now, you've already created the backups in Indio. Sasa, from backup, where do we go to? You, this one has gone ahead. You migrate the schema or migrate the data, okay? So once you follow these steps, and then the next step is to test. Test whatever you migrated is actually the correct thing, all right? If you're using things like schema conversion or database migration tools, just make sure it has not left out any data, all right? Especially when you're performing things like heterogeneous migration. Sometimes there could be changes to the database. Let's say I'm migrating maybe 10 gigabytes of MySQL data to Postgres. And then when I go to Postgres, all I see there is 7 gigabytes. You see? So you'll have to test, make sure nothing has been lost. It could be the data format which has been reduced, but just make sure nothing has been lost. All right? Yeah. And once you follow these steps, you'll be on the safer side. You just go to the HR and tell them to give you a bonus for managing to migrate the database successfully. Yeah, you tell them to write you a very nice check. A very nice check for migrating the data. But anyway, once you master like how to migrate data, it becomes very easy. Yeah. So I guess you all know that at the end of these cohorts, you'll be required to come up with a project, and we expect the best. You guys to give us your best project, right? So please design your best project. So it have the best database design. I mean, design the best database structure, ERDs, deploy your projects. Let us see the best, okay, out of you. Okay, it's not playing. What's up? Who has touched some wire? Eh? Because I know you guys have access to this presentation. Someone has touched the wire. Hey, You guys are bad, man. Hey, hey, someone touched the wire.
No, it's not me.
Ay, 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 ay. Someone touched the wire. Okay,
Oh,
let's play it from. I know it. Someone touched the wire. Ay, ay, ay. It cannot be that one, only after I've shared with you guys the link, now it does not want to play. Ay, 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 ay. Someone, okay, unfortunately, someone touched the wire. I don't know who. So you guys are not going to enjoy this meal. I know it's been a long day and I wanted to, okay, unfortunately. So sorry guys, let's just proceed. Someone touched the wire there. As you've seen, the video has rejected play. Can I get someone to read for us the checkpoint question?
Zaplon.
Yes.
Quick concern. So we've got
Mm.
listeners that are using their friend's link. I just
Mm.
wanted to ask them that they register using the correct link and then join this particular session correctly. Otherwise, we won't be able to know that you were in this session because you see, if you use someone's link, you are going to have their name attached to you. So I'm going to share the link again and then we try it again. So whilst we're doing checkpoint, you can rejoin using the correct path. I hope that is okay.
All right, cool. So whoever stepped on the wire, please just check your feet, eh? Check your shoes. Otherwise, I'm gonna throw another shoe at you. So yeah. So can I get someone to read for us? And then we can go to the other side. Jennifer. Jennifer.
Hello.
Yes, hi.
Hi. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Can I proceed?
Yes, please.
Okay. What is the difference between homogeneous and heterogeneous migration? And then
All right.
name.
No, wait. Stop
Oh,
there.
okay.
Stop there.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold it. Guys, what's the difference between homogeneous and heterogeneous migration? Let me see. Let me see who got it correct. So yeah, Alvin, I see you're correct. Damilola, nice one, impressive. Hey, where are the rest? Michael, nice one. I see Alvin as well. Zamzam, nice. James, nice one. Naima, ask my shoe. Okay, I'll play that song before we end. Ali Abdi. Robert. All right, cool. Now the next one, Jennifer.
Okay. Name one tool used for migrating databases to the cloud.
Yeah. So a cloud is just a data center. So which tool can we use to migrate? Yes. MySQL Workbench, yes, that's true. Schema, nice one. AWS what? It's AWS is the cloud. Now it's AWS DMS. Hey, flash disk. Nah, yeah. Where did I say flash disk? Hey, the person who has said flash disk. May, hey, may God help you. So you carry a database in a flash disk. To which data center? Which data center will allow you to inject your flash disk to their server? Hey, you can't even pass the gates with that flash. Do you know how hard it is to get inside the data center? Bytebase, schema, Asia what? Kingsley. Hiya, read for us the third one.
Okay, what is database migration in simple terms?
Nice one, Michael. Damilola, impressive. Margaret, Charles, impressive, amazing. Yes. All your answers are correct, by the way. I'm reading. Mercy, Cedric, impressive. Gospel, Naima, Nancy, Duncan, Enoch, Juma. Shout out to you guys. Finally,
Give one reason why a company might want to migrate its database to the cloud.
yeah. So why would my company want to migrate our data to cloud? Okay, as you can see, Sami says lack of infrastructure. It could be, yes. Cost insecurity or cost security. Edwin, Pontosho for backup. Yes, true. David for backup. Joseph, security. Accessibility. That's true. Also, safety, cost effectiveness, promote efficiency. Scalability, reduce cost, load balancing. We've gone even to the networking side, eh? All right. Maintenance, redundancy, cost efficiency, scalability, agility. All right. Can we all clap for Jennifer? Jennifer, what's your other name?
Molebogeng.
Hey, so, now slowly.
Molebogeng.
Hey, okay, let's just stick to Jennifer. Hey. I was gonna attempt. Yeah.
Ask her to
I was gonna
translate.
attempt.
It's actually a nice name.
Jennifer, please translate for us.
Hey? You want me to translate?
What does it mean? Does it have a meaning behind?
Yeah, it means like thank God for this beautiful child, something like that.
All right. I tell you,
Yeah.
Bismillah. For real. I tell you. So, yeah. As we've heard, it means thank God for the day. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, so let's read the other side. Key takeaways. Eric Kamwana. Have we clapped for Jennifer? Okay. Eric Kamwana. Hey, Eric has ghosted me. Hey.
Yes.
Oh, you're here.
Hello. Yes.
Yes. Read for us now. Hey. Hey, Kamwana. Hey. All right, let's change it now to, let me pass the mic to someone else. Sam. Man's like Sam. Sam, gone. Okay. All right, Sam is also not there. Let me pass the mic to the ladies because the gents are shy. Naima. Naima, go on. Naima is also shy. Nicole. Yeah, Nicole, give it a try.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
So the key takeaways for today, we have the database migration means transferring data from one database system to another, whether it's upgrading to a new version, switching database engines, or moving from on-premise servers to the cloud. Data migration tools can automate parts of the process, reducing manual work and errors. The main reason for migrating a database include improving performance, scalability, reducing operational costs, and gaining access to new features and better security. The last one is effective communication and stakeholder involvement are critical to a successful migration. Thank you.
Hey, amazing. Can you all clap for Nicole and Jennifer? Yeah, impressive. Thank you so much. Now, time to get our hands dirty, eh? All right, so I'll jump out of these Canvas slides. So if you don't have access to these slides, now that I'm done with them, let me share with you. There, so you have access to the slides. If you don't have, so save it. Maybe you'll need it later or in future. You never know. Yeah. I forgot to tell you, more resources. When you open the slides, you'll see some of the topics I've highlighted that if you're interested in learning the database further, you can always read procedures, triggers, events, just find out how they work. Okay. Yeah. It'll come in handy one day. All right. So where do we start? Let's make it as simple as possible. Okay, before I even do the migration stuff, I wanna show you there's this feature on VS Code. Let me see if I'll be able to show you guys. I hope it works. So I'll open my VS Code. Don't worry about the project that's here. I want you guys to go to the extension side. Let me close all these. So when you come to the extension side, look for an extension that is called Mermaid. Okay. So with Mermaid, because I realized that you guys haven't grasped like how to create the ERD very well. So we have this tool, an extension in VS Code that you can actually use to like create or generate ERDs, all right? So what you need to do is, I believe my screen is still visible. Once you've installed, you can see the way the Mermaid looks, right? Just make sure you also have what you call Copilot. So open chat in Copilot. All right. I hope it works. I don't know if my Copilot works because I usually turn it off at Mermaid chat like that. And then let's see if it will work. Create visual. So I'll create, okay, let me make it even better. I'll create a sample data here. Because I know there's an already database. I'll come back to our repo. I'll get the train DB. Where is it? The train. Oh, here it is. You can try with any other database that you have. So I'll just copy the SQL part because this one is complete. The other one, the Airbnb has a blocker. It's not yet complete, so I'll not use that one. So copy the schemas the way they are, and then take them to a file, for example, like that. Save. Now I'll tell Mermaid create a visual diagram from create a visual diagram, maybe even write ERD using the file hash there. So you see how I've written create a visual diagram ERD using file that. If I send, it's likely to generate. Let's see if it will work. So I'll say continue. Let's see. Okay, so it has given me what you call an ERD diagram. Go to the diagram. So we have the diagram here. There it is. It does not look that good, but let me copy this. Whatever we have here, is it copy from here? Copy here, come to the browser. Look for Mermaid. So with Mermaid.js, and then click search, type the playground. So I'll remove whatever is there and then paste whatever Copilot generated for me, the extension. So yeah, as you can see, this is also another way you can generate your ERDs, an easy way. And then once you generate, if this structure does not impress you, believe what you can do is use the other tool to now maybe make it impressive. So as you can see, it's telling you actually where the data is moving from, where it's going from. That's why I've been telling you guys it's also important to understand like how the ERD works, okay? So that you can always shine out there. So hey, with that, let me sip some coffee as we prepare our tickets now to go to, where do you guys want to go to? Is it America or you want to go to Asia? Let me take you to the bus station. Then we go to California. So I'll be back shortly. All right. I guess everyone has their tickets ready. Let's take a tour to Atlanta, Georgia. Now, this is how AWS looks like. So yeah, we are no longer in Africa. So right now, we want to take a tour to a data center in a. So if, for example, you want to change your data center in AWS, you can always click this icon here and select any other. So as you can see, we have Ohio, California, Oregon, Mumbai, Seoul, Singapore, Sydney. Is this one pronounced as Seoul? Then we also have Canada, Ireland, London, Stockholm, Sao Paulo. Let's see in SA. Okay, so the account that I'm using does not allow me to Amazon Web Service in mainland China to use Amazon operated by CNET. Hey, operated by, you need to create Amazon Web Services account in China. You see how, I was telling you see how China is very strict on their data. Yeah, I was not lying. You see how China is very strict when it comes to their data. You just can't create, China's data does not leave China. Yeah, I wish also the African leaders could follow example here. But anyway, they'll be bribed and then they just release the data. You know, Gerald, I've never told you, just the other day, I just got a text like someone telling me to send fees. And I'm wondering, which child is this one? So someone sold my data. I need to sue them.
Zaplon, yeah, talking about that. I
Hey,
got a call. Someone told me that I need to pay for car insurance. At that time, I don't own a car. Like, how is that supposed to work?
someone sold my data. I need to sue the person who sold my data. Which child am I paying for fees? Hey, I was like, hey, which one? Which one is this one that I'm not aware of? Hey, that's a
It's
new
the
one. All right.
long lost one.
So yeah, yeah. No, no. So we call them the Bomet boys, the Kaplong boys. Yeah. So let's see how we can transfer our data now from Nairobi, Kenya to Atlanta, Georgia. So first things first, we'll start with the unmanaged kind of database. I'll create what you call an EC2. So an EC2 is a server, okay? A server is another computer, only that this computer is in a data center. So I'll launch instance. I'll give this server a name. I can even call it web server. So when you're deploying projects, for example, you've built your Django, Node.js application, Rust application, you'll need to have a server like this one, okay? So as always, Ubuntu, but if you want to save on cost, pick Amazon Linux, all right? If you don't have a lot of money, always pick Amazon Linux. It's cheaper as compared to Ubuntu. Windows is way expensive. I kid you not. Let's see. To create a server using Windows, you'll see. In Windows, it charges me like how much? Let me see. Let me just change to Windows so that you see like also the type of operating system that you have determines how much you'll be charged. Confirm changes. So let's see. As you can see here, this is for Windows, right? And then for the cheapest price that I'll be paying is 0.9196 USD per hour. Okay, this is on demand. This means this server will always be running, and then this is what I'll be paying per hour. So you'll see, like, for example, in a month, it comes to, let's say, something like $40 a month, something like that. 40, 40, 70, 60 there. So convert that to your, do we convert that to Naira? We see wonders, like $40 into Naira. This is how much you'll be paying, eh? For example, if it is $40, 64,000. Damilola, is this a lot in your
Hey,
country? Please tell us.
looks like a lot of money.
This looks like a lot of Naira here, eh? How about in cash?
And the right Damilola must raise their hand because there's quite a lot of them.
Oh, 5,164. What about in the money from South Africa is called
From where?
SA?
Use rents.
Oh, rands, yes, rands and Naira. Hey, the rounds, the rands taking, eh? 728 rands. So $40 a month is 728 rands a month. What about in Uganda? Haibo, UGX. Hey.
That's a lot.
Hey, this is a lot.
Wait till you see in Zimbabwe.
Hey, now this one will carry the money in bags, eh? Zimbabwe is dollar, eh?
Oh, they use dollars, yes. I forgot. Zim. It's ZIM. Zeblan.
Where? ZI. Okay.
There we go.
40 is 1,280. Huh. Are you sure? Zimbabwean dollar. 12,880. Okay, so Uganda takes it home, eh? 149,000 UGX. Hey, this is a lot, eh? Which other country do we have here? Tanzania. Let's see in Tanzania. Hey, it's Africa.
It's getting
Well, I
worse.
have to come with a bag of money. Hey, 108K.
Try Burundi.
Hey.
I see Burundi.
The Burundi currency is called what?
I forgot. What do they call it? Burundi.
I don't know. Hey, 118, 866.49 cents. Let's not even go to which other country? DRC. Otherwise, you're gonna see wonders there. So let's come back here. Now you've seen why I don't select Windows, right? So I'll just select Ubuntu. So also remember, as a developer, we said what? Cost. So we're also trying to save on cost. India. Now, when you're trying to save on cost, you select the best, which you know you can pay for. So you can see here, it's a free tier, eligible. So that means I want to be charged for the time that I'll be using it at this time. Yeah, I'm just looking for a cheaper option, man. Don't worry. Yeah, I know it's a new month, but me, I'm looking for a cheaper option. So I'll create what we call a key pair. So a key pair is a key that will enable you to log in to a server safely. All right. So I'll give this key pair a name. I'm not usually very good with names. I'll just call it M. Oh, could have even called it Jesus. Yeah, we have a key pair there. So there's something to also call network. Remember, as I said, also understanding like how the networking part is also. Hey, what's up with me with the S today? I've taken hot coffee. Yeah, and there, check that. I'll check that also. So secure shell HTTPS. So this the example that this is the steps that you'll be following when you want to deploy a project for Node.js or any other kind of application. All right. So once you've done that, I think that's the only thing that you need to configure. And then you click this button on the right side that says launch an instance. There, I've managed to log in, right? So this is how my instance looks like. So it comes with a few basic things. As you can see, we have what we call an instance type, host name. Okay, we do have an IPv6. We have a public IPv4 instance ID to be able to differentiate between one and the other. So we have a public IPv4 DNS. This means domain network system. Also have what we call a private address. So how does it come from here to here? We have what we call a network address translation, all right? So it converts this IP into a public so that you can access. Now, these other ones, just leave them. Now we have status and alarm, just in case. You can also set an alarm just in case something happens to this server or this server goes down, you get a notification. If a shooting star hits our data center in California, set an alarm here so that you can be notified. Another way, I know Slack. I think there's a way you can add like notification to Slack if your company uses Slack, and then you can be seeing like how you can be monitoring like your server using Slack. And then in case of something, you can create a small Zabot in Slack, and then the Zabot will be taking care of I will be watching the server for you just in case anything, if the server is burning, and then there's a bot will notify. So by the bot, I mean you create your own bot in Slack. Monitoring, you just monitoring like the CPU utilization, the network, the traffic that is coming in and going out. Yeah. Security, setting the firewall, preventing people from accessing the server, changing the ports, making sure which port is accessible to the traffic, closing other ports which are not accessible to the to the public. Also, the networking side, we have the storage. If you want to increase the storage, you can do it from here. If you want to create what you call a snapshot, you can also do from here also. And then we have tags for searching, all right? Yeah. Now that we've understood like the small part of the instance, now let's access okay, before we even access, come back to our local database. So I've opened what you call CMD, right? So I want to create a backup of the sales database. So the sales database, where do you get it? You get it from week two assignments if you don't have the sales database. So I want to create a backup of the sales DB. And then, what's remaining? Oh, just pointing out to a file. Okay, I've made sure I'm in the desktop where I can easily access my file that has been created. Once I've pressed enter, just like that, it has been created. So we have our dummy.sql file. If I go to my desktop, so you can see how my desktop is clean, there. Here it is, right? Dummy.sql. As I always tell you, just make sure you create this file somewhere where you can easily access it. If you prefer having yours in the documents, go there. If you prefer having yours in the same location as me, go to the desktop. So also remember, if you're using a Windows 11, your desktop is in the OneDrive. Windows 10, just the normal way. Windows 10 going downwards. You access your desktop the same way I'm accessing mine. So there it is. We've created a backup. Now the next step is we want to transfer this from Kiambu, Kenya to Atlanta, Georgia. So in Windows, you need a tool that is called Windows SCP. So we have Windows Secure Copy. So for Windows Secure Copy, it will enable you, or it will help you to transfer that file from your desktop to Atlanta, Georgia. So first things first, now that we've created the backup, I'm gonna access the server on a different terminal. So that first things first, I install MySQL. I just make sure everything is correct, and then I create a database and then restore a database from a backup. That's number one, the easiest way of migrating. We are good up to that point. It's a lot. Yeah, I know it's a lot. Yeah, you're going to understand. Don't worry. Later on. All right, so I see guys are saying a lot. Okay. So we started from here. We created a server, a simple server. Okay. So a server, okay. Okay, I won't call it a server. It's a computer. Okay. I created another computer in California. Okay. So this computer is in California or USA. Okay. So what I want to do is, you see this database. Let me open. Workbench. I want to move this self-DB from Kiambu, Kenya to Atlanta, Georgia. That's what you call migration. So I'm moving it from my computer to another computer in America. Has it locked in now? I want to migrate, take this database from Kenya to America. My computer is in America. Okay. I believe we have all understood, right? So I'm migrating these from Nairobi to Atlanta, Georgia. All right, so the next step, now that I was using the terminal, as I always say, If you're a developer, please make the terminal your friend. Just start familiarizing yourself with the terminal. The terminal will always come in handy. Okay? You don't always have to create folders like this. Yeah, leave this for secretaries, and then don't mean it in a bad way. Like this, come and write here, DB, move to the next step, open it. Hi, this is already a lot. Even the mouse is taking time to respond. Why don't you just use the terminal to bypass all that process? You're a developer, eh? Put the skill into practice now. Make the terminal your friend. That is what I'm saying. Yes, I know you guys don't like to read, so when you see things are written like this, you become scared. Please don't be scared. It's actually very easy. Yeah, sometimes I know the terminal can be very unappealing to users, but just familiarize yourself. It's actually way easy to use the terminal than clicking buttons. From here, we move. If I want to move something here, I create another folder. It's a tedious process. Use the terminal. You guys are smart. Now, so I want to SSH inside a server. I want to now teleport myself from Nairobi, Kenya to Atlanta, Georgia. I'll use SSH identity. I'll identify myself. I'll use a key. My key is called like that. And then I'll teleport myself as that user. Okay. Press enter. I'll say yes. And just like that, I'm inside Atlanta, Georgia. Who's the governor of Atlanta, Georgia? I don't know. Let's see. Who's the governor of Atlanta, Georgia? Don't worry, guys. Is Atlanta even a state? Atlanta. Brian Kemp, office of the governor. Does Atlanta have a governor? Yes, that's the governor of Atlanta. All right, so yeah. So from Nairobi all the way to Atlanta. Now I want to store my data in Atlanta, okay? So first things first, I'll elevate my permission. That's how you elevate your permission in Linux. In Windows, you just sign in as administrator. So first things first, I'll update the machine because you might find that it has maybe Ubuntu 20 and maybe Ubuntu right now is in 22. And some of the packages, you want to update them. Maybe they have been updated. So first things first, always update your machine before doing anything else. So apt update and apt upgrade. You pass in a flag and then wait for it to update itself. So yeah, the machine is updating itself because this data has to move from, the traffic has to come from Kenya to Atlanta. Imagine, hey, all that, hey, it's a journey. It's only in database where I take you around the world, eh? I take you to South Africa, I take it to Nigeria, I take it to Uganda, I take it to Atlanta, Georgia, I take it to Shanghai. And then come back to Nairobi. Without passport. I'd even forgotten. I know quite a number of you don't have a passport. How many of you guys have a passport? Eh? It's an experience, eh? Traveling around the world without a passport. Like, as you can see, we are in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, so I'll clear. So the next step is apt install MySQL server, Atlanta, Georgia. So another reason why I'm using Ubuntu is because quite a huge percentage of the application that you guys access have been deployed in Ubuntu. So in the rare case, will a company use a Windows operating or a Windows server to deploy their application? Unless you work for Azure. If Microsoft hires you, that one there is no escaping, eh? You have to use their platform. Azure, you use Windows. You deploy their project in Windows. That one is no escaping. So yeah, but a lot of applications that have been deployed in Linux kind of operating system or Unix. It's easy. It's so much easy, okay, to deploy a project in Ubuntu as compared to Windows. Because in Windows, there's okay, I don't even have to go that side. There's a lot that needs to be done. So I'll come back to this bad boy called WinSCP. So Windows Secure Copy. I'll create a new connection. Where do we create a new connection from? Is it that? No. Nope, nope, nope. So that's the IP. I'll click the advanced to point to what we call the key. So I'll come to where it's written SSH, secure shell, click authentication, point to the key. You remember the key that I downloaded? It's called what? m.pem, right? So it's here. So I'll open, I'll say okay, I'll say save, I'll click on okay. So if you want to display the public key, that's how the key looks like. So as you can see, it's random numbers, all right? Yeah. So I don't know, if I send you guys this key, will you guys be able to log into the server? Okay, we'll figure it out later. So say okay here, and then the username is Ubuntu. Okay. The password, you don't need a password because you passed in the key. The key is way more secure than the password. But it depends on the cloud platform. There are some cloud platforms like Linode where you have to write a password here. Linode is also another cloud platform that I use a lot. It's actually one of the best when it comes to using Linux operating kind of system or Linux servers. Try Linode, by the way. It's the best. Yeah. So Linode, just look for Linode. So I'll create a new folder. I'll give it a name. Oh, I want to write dummy data. There. So I've created a folder. I want to carry our dummy.sql directly like that. And then just like that, I've transferred from Nairobi, Kenya to Atlanta, Georgia with just a click of a button. Technology, eh? It's called technology. Imagine you can send someone a file, from Nairobi to Atlanta, Georgia with just a click of a button like that. It teleports itself. Now, the next step is to let's check for server it's working perfectly. There it is. So create a database. So create now what will I call this database? I'm out of names. I'll call it data. Okay, show databases. There it is. So our database is called data, right? So exit, clear. The reason why I'm clearing is to get a new space to write on. So ls to list everything. You see the folder is here. So cd change directory, that one. ls our database from a third world country is here. All right. Just come to first world country. Okay, using technology. Yeah. So I'll write MySQL -u root hyphen, not hyphen, but the name of the database, and then less than sign, like that. Press enter, sign in back to the database, use data. Show tables. Just like that, our data now resides where? Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, we've transferred our data from Nairobi, Kenya to Atlanta, Georgia with just a click of a button. Have you guys understood now? So the data now resides in Atlanta, Georgia. From Nairobi, Kenya, we have our data in Atlanta, Georgia. Now that was all about the unmanaged databases. Remember, as I said, I know I shared it in the afternoon class. I said, now, if you have an application, let's say a Django application, and you want to create backups from here, you need to do what? To create what we call crons. So crons will automate that manual effort. And then, so write a simple bash script and then automate all that. And then it will be creating for you backups, and then you can always transfer those backups to a different storage area just in case a shooting star lands on our server in Atlanta, Georgia. Let's go to the manage side now because we finished with this one now. It's too much, eh? Let's listen to some music and then we come and finalize with that one. I have something else to show you guys, so please don't leave.
Reminds me of I need to fall around. Kiss me.
All right, so let's touch on the managed databases. I'm gonna try a new way that I've never tried it for the Windows guys. The Windows guys have really cried. So the reason why I'll be trying the new approach is for you guys. So let's see if it will work. If it works, well and good. If it doesn't work, please don't blame me. Blame the person who created MySQL. I'm sorry. So first things first, I'll create the database quickly and then see if we can be able to migrate using a Windows operating system. But please just start learning Linux operating system. So I'll click MySQL because we've been learning MySQL. It's taking too much time. Okay, there, free tier. I don't have money to pay right now. I'll change this person to be root. So the password here, let's see if we can be able to migrate using the Windows way. It's something I've never tried, but let's try a new approach. What's the other thing that we want here? I'll check that. The connectivity, the firewall. No. So the other thing is additional configuration, that 306, that one's fine. Database authentication, password is very perfect. Additional configuration, no backups, not encryption. Please, if you're working in a serious production, kindly, you ensure the backup is on. the encryption is also on. Also, let me touch on something else. When you're told, okay, when you're working in a production kind of environment, maybe if your company has an AWS account for you, don't use the self-managed password. Use manage in AWS Secrets Manager. Okay, so AWS will take care of the secrets for you. Yeah. Yeah. So the other thing is what else? I believe I haven't missed any step. So let's create. I hope it works the way I expect it to work so that the Windows guys can also enjoy. They have suffered. But please don't stay in Windows for too long. Get a Linux. Any distribution. But for a beginner, go with Ubuntu. I'm not saying right now. Please don't go and change your operating system tomorrow just because I said change to Linux. No, that one can be maybe 5 years from now or 10 years. Yeah. Meanwhile, just continue using your Windows. As you can see, I'm also using a Windows here, right? Yeah. And I know some of these commands for Linux. So it's also a matter of learning. Just learn the Linux commands, even if you're using a Windows. Hey, it's taking time. Meanwhile, let's configure our firewall. So our firewall, I'm just changing the traffic. I'll delete that. Add a new row. The database is called MySQL. Anywhere IPv4, save changes. So I've edited inbound. So let's check if it has finished. Yeah, so I'll come back to MySQL Workbench. So someone said I try this, okay? Is it this one? If you open your SQL Workbench, welcome to MySQL Workbench for the Windows guys, okay? So we have, is it this one? No, it's this one. Yeah. So welcome to MySQL Workbench Migration Wizard. If you're asking where I got it, it's this pointer. You see this pointer where I'm hovering my mouse on? That one. So we start from the source, right? We start migration. Windows guys, please pay attention. You'll try it later. Click that because now it's on-prem, right? So we click next, right? So target selection. So we're in the target selection. By target selection, I think it means which database do you want to transfer? See, so for us, it's the SalesDB. Let's see if it will accept. And then click next. I need to put in my password. Okay, so it has already converted it to retrieve connection to source, all that. Now click next. Okay, I'll need to check this. I don't know why they added this feature here. Still, you see, I've checked sales, right? I've checked my sales. Hey, this is a long process. This is only, we've only selected the source. Hey, and we've clicked so many buttons. So the next point, I don't know if I need to change anything there. Also there. Also there. Okay. It has already started giving us error. Before we even get to the target. Oh, target selection. Oh, I missed a step. All right. So source selection, target selection. I see. All right. So apologies. I've changed my location from Workbench to back to AWS because I wanted to get this endpoint so that we can add as our target, right? Our source is our computer in Nairobi, Kenya. Our target, as it's written here, it's where? Atlanta, Georgia. So for the host name, I'll paste that. The password is simple. I hope that's the password. So remember, we don't have a database there. Do we have a database? Did I create a dummy database? Let me just confirm. Let me just check if we have. Okay, we don't have a DB name. So I'll need to sign in quickly to this server and create one database. As you can see, I don't have a default database. So I'll need to have a default database before I can start transferring data, right? So please allow me to just sign in quickly to this one and then create a new database there. So I'll use this. I'll just write here MySQL -host. Our host is in Atlanta, Georgia. -u, I want to sign in as root. -p, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sign in. Okay. Create database. Let's call it test. Okay. Show databases. Okay, there, so there it is. So I'll minimize because now already created. Come back to Workbench. So our target, I've already stored that is default schema is test, right? So go to the next part, next again. So I'll check schema selection is which one? The sales DB, and then next. Okay, believe it has worked. So at the select option for creation of the migrated schemas in the target MySQL server, click next. So it is in the administrator migration script.sql. So as you can see, it's just doing the same thing I was trying to teach you, but now this one takes like a longer process. You just have to keep on clicking the button next. So for Windows guys, I believe you've been sorted now. Now I don't know what this one is saying. The schema says DB will be dropped in the target MySQL server and all the existing data will be lost. Do you want to continue? I'll just click yes. And then next. So, next. Online copy of table data to, hey, what is this one even saying? Select option for copy of the migrated schemas in the target MySQL server. Click next to execute. Let me just trust the faith. copying tables. So table copied, it failed for 8 tables. You see why I said the method I was showing was the simplest method. For Windows everything is hard for Windows. Okay, I don't mean it in a bad way. But you've seen now, you've confirmed for yourself. That's the reason why I was showing the most simplest version. Even if you just clicking buttons. I'll come back now. Now, remember, by the way, I did what? I deleted all the data. I don't know if you remembered, it deleted all the data. There's a step where it says the data is going to be deleted. And imagine if I had not created a backup, you'll start sweating profusely. Hey, on that day, you wish the earth is split and then you just go inside. Eh? So you see, the things that I tell you, I don't lie. So first of all, always create a backup before you start this migration. So for Windows guys, we have tried to look for a way to show you like the best way to migrate with the Workbench. It has beaten each other. Now I don't know any other way. I need a way to see how I can use this Workbench so that you can migrate the data. But I know my data has disappeared for, let me just try and sign in. If it is still there, I'll be happy. Let me refresh. Does it have anything? Oh, it's still there. Nice. Oh, okay. Let's try to migrate one more time. Connect to target schemas. This one is already taking a lot of time. If we were in Linux, we could have already completed this step. Schema selection, reverse engineer, click next, then next, next, next. I think it's next. Let me create schemas in target, add DBMS or create, I'll change to the desktop. Let me see if it can create one. I'll call it windows.sql. Save. So keep schemas if they already exist. Objects that already exist will not be recreated or updated. So next. Now this is the part where I have to read. Hey, not respond. Yeah, what has just happened? Did you guys see that? Man, Windows makes everything kidogo difficult. The script generated for migrating objects will be executed. Hey, already we've used a lot of time. And I'm not doing, okay, guys, I'm not doing this so that it feels I tell you that Windows is bad. As you can see, it's taking me a lot of time to even configure. But if we're using the terminal, with just a click of button, but let's confirm, maybe it already brought the data here because this is in Atlanta, Georgia. Let's use test, or it already brought the data here. Let's show tables. As you can see, it's still empty. We've not migrated. Hey, me now I don't trust this one. Now you see the point of why I keep singing, learn at least a few Linux command. I'm not the bad person here. You've now confirmed for yourself. I think this part has landed, eh? Yeah, please. Just learn at least few commands of Linux. It will take you very far. Just the basics. Yeah, so the person who created MySQL, you need to look that guy and whip him. The Linux, the Windows guys. So I thought this was a new way of doing it, but it has beaten each other. I don't know how to now move from here. Let's see. They did create, by the way, that file, WinSCP, or it's here. But if it created this, why is it so hard to move from this part and migrate this data? Honestly, I don't know. Okay, connect. Oh, okay, it's not able to connect to the target. Let's see. Okay, let me test connection. It's working perfectly. Hey, if all confirmed connection succeeded, say okay, right? So connection for future usage, no. The following task will now be performed. Please monitor the execution. The names of available schema will be stripped from the source. The account used for the connection will need to have appropriate privilege for listing, reading schemas you want to migrate. Target schemas connection will also be checked for validity. All right. So click next. So schema selection, this is the one that we want. We say next. Okay, next. So this is what we want to migrate. Okay, so it has made it easy that you can migrate if you want only the table. You can actually select the table that you want to migrate, but for us, we want all. Next. I hope it works this time round. Did it work? Next. Create schemas in target RDBMS. Select option for creation of migrated schema in the target MySQL server and click next and execute. Okay, we'll just trust. Okay, next. Next. Data transfer setup. Okay, before I even come to that, let's just confirm if it does not work. Show tables. Still no. Hey, select option for the copy of the migrated schema table in the target MySQL server and click next. Truncate tables. Workers task, delete content before copying. Enable debug output for the copy driver send encoded as UTF. I don't even to check those. I'll just click next. Next. Finish. Uh-oh. Let's test. I swear. It worked, right? Yeah. Use test. Now, if we're using like a Linux, we show tables. You see now, guys, for Windows, I've tried looking for all the possible ways to transfer from Windows to a data center in Atlanta, Georgia. The Windows is not giving me the option. It has given me checks. Hey, Windows. I've left it now. So our option remains, you have to learn Linux, the basics. There's no running out of this, eh? Okay, so let's just finalize with the Linux command quickly, and we create our own, and then we can call it a day. So the Linux guys will not, the Windows guys will not say, today I've not remembered you. I've tried my best. So I'll just use the regular command that has been provided. The command that I'm showing you takes less time with less manual effort. Hey. Okay, it looks like there was a traffic jam there to Atlanta, Georgia. So let's sign back to our server, confirm if the tables are there. So use test show tables. You see? So the one that I've been showing you from the moment go, that's the most simplest. Please, Windows guys, don't be comfortable with the clicking of buttons that you want to click here, touch there, touch there. No, please make the terminal your friend. It is easy. You've seen how much time have I taken just to write this and then click enter. It took us like 30 seconds. Imagine 30 seconds from Nairobi to Atlanta, Georgia. But with this other one, hey, me, I can't even try it again. So that's it. Me, I want to end it at that. Time has really gone up. Used a lot of your time because I wanted to see how we can accommodate the Windows guys, but Windows has been showing us dust. So yeah, we'll not build a pipeline for this one. If you want to see how our pipeline is built, please, I'll just ask you go to the afternoon or the morning session kindly. I've explained about the pipeline part. I'll not be able to touch base on the pipeline part because time has really gone. So if you could allow me to welcome Gerald to take in your question and then you can call it a night. Thank you so much, guys.
Aha. Thank you so much, Zaplon. I think as Windows people, we've been humbled, eh? I think it was a very great sales pitch. For me, I am buying my Mac or my Linux machine. I'll choose one of the two when I go to the store. Maybe I might switch because at this point, hey, yeah, no, dust it is. They say we are floating. But anyways, thank you so much, guys, for joining the session. We really love your support. We've made it till this far. With that said, I want us to take a couple of hands as we wrap this up. If you've got a question, I'm just gonna ask that you raise your hand. I'm a billionaire in other countries. What do you mean? I am a billionaire I'll go buy my Mac or my Linux in Uganda. You see? Work smart, not hard. But anyways, let's start with Liji Kokani. I hope I said that properly. I see your hand is up. Please shoot. Let's hear the question. Your mic is muted. Going. Okay, there we go.
Hi, Gerald.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. I have no questions. I just raised my hand by bad luck. I'm okay.
All right, no problem. Just tell us what is the best thing that ever happened today.
At least I've learned some new things. Migrating data from Kenya to California, America.
Amazing, amazing. No, that's great to hear. Let's go to the next person. Sebabatso, let's hear from you. You can unmute your mic. Of course, Linux isn't, but Linux is an operating system. Hey, you people, it's a flavor for Ubuntu. I know that, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I forgive you too. It's okay. I forgive you too. Okay. Sebabatso doesn't want to speak to us, so it's fine. We will go to the next person. Let's go to Patricia. Hi, Patricia.
Hi.
Yes, please
Gerard,
go
how are
ahead.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. So, my question, I was just thinking, is it possible for somebody to SSH using the Git bash terminal, even from a Windows computer?
Yes,
Um,
it's very much
just
possible because
thinking aloud.
the one that I've been using. Pardon? I'm saying.
I'm just trying to think
I'm
aloud.
saying. All right. Yeah. It's very possible because um I mean the operating system that I've been using, it's
Mhm.
Windows, right? And I used Git Bash to SSH to a server.
Okay.
Yes, it is. So this is a Git Bash.
Are we good,
Yeah,
Patricia?
And also, okay, just trying to think aloud. What if you use Party, the one for SSHing?
all right. So
Yeah,
okay, with
then
Party, I hope I have it. Let me just show you.
that is when
So this is Party.
setting up the unmanaged database. Use Party
All right.
for the Windows guys.
Mhm.
Then yeah, we try to SSH using the .ppk key
Mhm.
and see if you can be able to do the same thing that you're doing with the Linux
All right,
commands.
cool.
Yeah.
So you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
You see Party, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll open. So it's been long since I used this, so I'll try and see. Okay, so number one, I'll come back to AWS, get the server IP address. So where is it? Okay, there it is. Copy the server IP. So that is, and then come to Party. I'll paste it here. Still the process is the same. Okay. Port, make sure it's 22 because we want to SSH.
Yeah.
Before you click open, come to where it's written connection and then SSH. Click the plus sign. All right. Is it host keys? Let me see if I can remember. Oh no, out. It's out. Yeah. Okay. So with out and third private key, so browse. I'll go to downloads because that's where I have it. So it's here, it's m.ppk, right? Because it's Windows. So Windows depends on ppk. Now I'll click open. So there it's opening. I'll say accept.
Yeah.
So with Party, I'll have to tell it I'm logging as Ubuntu. So there I'm in. So you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
So this is Party. I don't know why I'm not able to increase the font size using Party. I've tried.
You
I don't
can.
know if it has a way. How?
There's a way to do it on the settings up there.
So I come back here.
Computers.
Here.
Yeah, right click, then
yeah. Let's see.
There's somewhere you can be able to
screen.
change settings. Yeah. Then there's appearance.
Keyboard.
Appearance.
Bell. Where is it? Oh, here. So vertical cursor blinks. Font 10 points. Let's change to maybe 16. That can be read. And say okay. Can you change the color? Okay, no. So I'll click OK. Oh, colors is here. Let's see. Oh, okay. So if I write sudo So, oh, does not change. Oh, sorry. Sudo su. There. So ls. So as you can see, I still see our dummy folder. So if I move inside our dummy and then clear the screen so that we see, get a place right, I can see our dummy.sql. I remember, as I said, to install MySQL Server, you just write apt MySQL Server in Linux. Then you press enter like that. Sorry, it's apt install. But right now I know it will give me, it will tell me it's already there, but this is how you write it. So there it is. So it has already finished. And then I can just sign in. You notice, by the way, when doing unmanaged database, also you're required as a developer to know how to configure the root, the securities and all that. Okay. Now, show databases. So we have our data, use data, select, not select, but show tables. We have our customer, employees, and all that. So select all from orders. So it's still the same, whether you're using Git Bash or Patty. The process is the same.
Okay, so you said for manage DB, that's where you cannot use Windows.
Yeah. There are two types, managed and unmanaged.
Yes.
Unmanaged is where you as the developer, you do everything.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You check the license keys, you install the server, you check the logs, you ensure there's enough CPU, there's enough storage in the server. Everything that I've mentioned, even the server is secure. But with managed, some of those things have been taken care for you by the cloud platform. Things like license keys, things like the server storage. So you can always increase or decrease depending with how much storage you need. The CPU, you just need to just go and click a button. But here you have to check a lot of things. Okay, you have to always ensure the health of this server is always up at all times, whether it's 12 a.m. in the morning, 12 p.m. in the afternoon. Yes. All the time. Yes, you have to check. That's why I said we need let's see. Now that you've mentioned it, and I remember I also mentioned this one. Let's see if we can be able to install this one and see if we can get a very nice dashboard for this one. I'll exit out of this. All right, I've installed that. Okay, so let's see if you can access some of these things on a browser. What's our server IP? I'll copy it, new browser, paste it, 9090. Let's see. Okay, so I need to go and change. Okay, I know why. Let's go and change the port here on the instance part. I come to the security, edit inbound, edit and allow HTTP traffic or custom TCP on port 90 anywhere from the internet. Save rules. Let's see if it has now accepted. Let's refresh again. Okay, yeah. Load more. Oh, sorry, not load more, but continue. Advanced. Accept the risk and continue. There, so this is what you call a cockpit. So the user is who? Ubuntu. Other option, connect to. So remember also I said later on you'll be required to set in with a password. So I don't know if it will accept that because we've not set a password. Login. Okay, so we need to set a password. Ubuntu setting password. Managing users. Let's see. I want an option that has one that I can add a password quickly, and then we try to log in and see. All right, so I see one. So let's copy that. All right, so just PSWD. So 1, 2. Okay, so password updated successfully. Let's give it another final try. So come on, Ubuntu. Wrong password. Let me create. Let me see if I can get another way of creating another user. Disabling the root account password. Add a username. Sudo add user. Let's see. Let's have some fun. Okay, add user. Test. The next step. Oh, the password for test is. I'll try again. Yes. All right, let's try. Okay, it has rejected. But what I'm sure is there's a way to configure it. There has to be a step either I'm missing. Yeah, there has to be either a step I'm missing or something is not working, but this is how you configure it. So this cockpit is like you have a dashboard for your server and manage kind of database. And then inside this dashboard, you can always monitor like the CPU usage, the what, the storage, and then you can also monitor like how people are connecting to the database, the kind of traffic that is coming to your database, but now using a what? Using a dashboard. Yeah, so I was trying to show you that example, but as well, it has beaten each other. I think the the Windows guys have really, if anything doesn't work in this class, I'll just throw it on Linux, the Windows guys, eh? Yeah, so the Windows guys, I know it's your fault. Anyway, so let me see what I can do. I'll maybe record a video of me trying to configure this, and then I'll send to you guys in the WhatsApp. But be sure to remind me because sometimes I forget.
Zablon,
Sablon,
Hmm? Hmm?
Shadrach managed to do it.
Oh, please share your screen. Let me stop. Hey, now I also want to be trained. Hey, let me stop. Please elevate him. Let him share his screen.
Let me look for him or her. Hey, must be careful nowadays. Shadrach. Shadrach, you get to sit on the other side today. Welcome, Shadrach. I think you should be able to find the share button at the bottom of the screen. And you can also unmute your mic.
Yeah, proceed now. You're muted.
So
Yeah,
can you hear me?
yes, you're audible. Go on.
So I think the issue was,
Mm.
so I think when you created there's this database that you gave us for migration. Can you remember the
Today,
one the one you sent from Amazon, the first one, the first class?
in the morning,
Yeah, but later
it's
on
still on.
the access was denied because the people were so many. So I've just used two databases locally so that I can do the transfer. So you see, I logged to my first, this is the root account. So
All right.
probably I want to transfer this database, Mombasa, to have a database here called, maybe let me transfer the sales DB. So you see the sales DB is here and it has some tables. And so I noticed because yours was failing, you are transferring to a different database, just the way you said in Linux, in Ubuntu, you can't transfer sometimes to folder, you have to upgrade it because you limit the access to that folder. It's the same in Windows. So I have another database here called Beatty. So when I tried first transferring the database from local root to Beatty, it was denying because Beatty doesn't have the access to the file. I didn't create the access. So when you give us the detail before I transfer to migration here now, because I don't have access to the migration, I just use Beatty, for example. You can confirm from Beatty doesn't have the okay on Beatty. Betty doesn't have the sales DB. Okay, let me use a different. I already transferred this one. So let me look for a database that is not there. Let's transfer school. Okay, I'll transfer school, and I've already granted Betty access because here, yeah, he had access for the Amazon. Now I'll give him access to the school database. I'll give her access to the school database. So I'll just change these details too. So, okay, I'll now come back to this one and now perform the migration. So next, from here, I want to transfer now the school database. So next. Let me check if it came. Okay. Now the school, now we are under BT, you can say the school came with all the tables.
Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Impressive.
Thank you so much, Shadrick. That was an amazing demonstration there. I think we can definitely call it a day. We've learned quite a lot. Our heads are spinning, some of us, eh? But yes, thank you so much. Yes.
Gerald, we
Yes,
gonna
Zablon.
be all right.
Hey, I
We
love
go-
the playlist, eh?
Yeah, we gonna be all right. As always. Yeah, Patricia, I don't know if I answered you.
I've even forgotten what I asked initially.
Listen,
So,
you can
what
always
you
ask on the emails or on the WhatsApp. I'm so sorry, Zablon, but I need to end the
Alright.
session.
No pressure, guys. So, yeah, guys, we can always interact in the email. Yeah, if you want to easily access either me or Gerald quickly, reach out to us using our email. So if you don't have our email, it's there in the elements. It's also there in the WhatsApp group. And with that, we come to the end. Thank you so much for making this as a success. Yeah, we are going to share the